everybody, and welcome to Joe and Al Play Kerbal Space Program.
I'm Joe.
I'm Al, and we have come up with kind of a dilemma, Joe.
Have we?
We want a spaceship of some kind that will get into orbit, but we don't want to have more than one stage. So we're like, I was trying to come up with like a catchy name for this like thing that will go to orbit in a single stage. You know, with the single stage to orbit. We'll figure something out. Anyway.
Have we ever tried anything like this before?
Look at this bad boy, Joe.
Wow.
Look at this thing.
So, if you haven't caught on, I'm coming in completely new to this. Albert has built...
I've been on a binge this weekend
Yes,
of
he has.
Kerbal.
I've seen
I started watching Matt Lowne videos, or Matt Lowe, or however you say his name, and it just kind of like got excited about Kerbal more than I had been before. So this is something that I've built that I'm very proud of. We're actually not going to launch it right now, Joe.
What?
Because
What?
What?
Okay.
Okay, so look at this. Look at this. Hold on. Let me get my thing back up.
Oh.
So we have capacity here.
You want to put something's in there?
No, I've built a little thing that I tried to get to Eve with. This is a little xenon engine. It has some science. I was trying to scum
How
some
fast
science
are those
from
xenon
Eve.
engines? They have a lot of thrust, right?
They have, I mean, over time, yes. on average, they have a lot. But anyway, we're gonna put something different in here. So we're gonna go ahead and recover this.
Okay, so you want to put something new to deploy in there.
Yes, and you are itching for space stations. I also did some science scumming while we were, while I was away. So I landed a thing on Gilly.
Wow.
Which, boy, was that difficult, just because of the low gravity to get a capture. But it was actually a really cool ship. Maybe I'll show you guys at the end here and show you what happened to it. But we're gonna go ahead and open our super space plane right here. I think that's the one.
Oh, you don't want space plane success, you want super space plane?
Yes. I'm trying to figure out if there's a difference here. There's 64 parts. I think they're the same. So this is what we got. Now, I haven't gotten good at landing these things yet, so it does have some parachutes on it.
I see that.
We're going to go ahead and just yank this bad boy out. That's gone. Don't need him anymore.
Oh, and you build in this many. Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Now, can this thing get wider? I guess you can attach things in a whole bunch of ways.
What, the cargo bay?
Is that the biggest cargo bay we have?
No. Okay, so I have not figured out how to make these work, but we can do these at some point. These are bigger. You can see that this cargo bay will fit like most of this ship inside of it.
Wow.
But we're not doing that today, Joe. We're doing little pieces for our space station that you're interested in building.
Yes.
So I think we start with some kind of command module. They don't need to be huge, but like maybe one like this.
Yeah, we've got... I mean, yeah, that's fine. I'm just looking at the designs you have. I think it gets to a point where you can just slap a chip on the side.
Well, this is... I mean, look, this guy is pretty small.
Oh, he's already on there. Okay, yes.
I've just thrown him on for demonstration of the size.
Yes.
He does...
he's a good one.
Looks like he does quite a bit of stuff. Does not have any reaction wheel, so we're going to go ahead and throw a reaction wheel on there for his maneuverability.
Now, I see you have him attached to a decoupler.
Yes.
Is that the standard?
What do you mean?
Is that how you get things out of your SSTOs normally?
So I've seen people do it with the little docking ports, but for some reason when I try to put the docking ports together, they get stuck. I don't know how to describe this. They dock, but they're not docked in line. Like they'll be off, and then I can't select just one of them to fix it, which is very irritating.
You might need the highest end docking port for that.
Well, I've unlocked several things, but
I'm just
I'm working
here
on.
This is new. I've been doing space stations in a clumsy ape-like fashion by bringing them up with rockets.
With rockets and stuff. Yeah. I'm beyond that, Joe.
So I'm just spitballing ideas here. This is a whole new world.
Where is? I thought I unlocked. Okay, here it is.
Ooh.
So this is something. Oh, this is too big for us, Joe. We can't use this.
Look at the size of that thing.
Yeah, I thought that was regular. That's not regular sized guys at all.
What attaches to that? Mouse over that?
The Rockamax, Submax?
Yeah.
So it is probably the where are they at?
Probably. Why not?
These
Read it.
guys, the docking port senior.
Oh, look at that thing. Yeah, you have more docking ports than I have.
But we're gonna go ahead with the Clampo try and. Well, no, okay, yeah, this actually needs to be the first piece, so we're gonna pull these guys off.
You
This
can
guy's
slap
gonna
those
go in-
anywhere. That's what I've learned.
Yes, you can. But I want this guy to be on front. This is the problem that I've had in the past is I get these onto here.
Yeah.
And then, like, if I have a docking port as this piece, it doesn't want to ever let go.
Okay.
It's like a... what's that guy who has that? Never gonna give you up.
Rick Astley?
Rick Astley?
Wow.
That's him.
There is a coverable docking port, which again I think might be the... Alright, well I would go the kludgy way and just build something and then slap a bunch of docking ports. I mean, you can put it on the butt, right?
Yes, we can. We can put lots of docking ports on, which will need to do, because we need to have... The two pieces we already have up there we're going to keep. We need to be able to put other stuff on as well.
Yes.
So they're currently, like, stuck together. We're going to add more things. They're going to break apart and hopefully stick back on. What kind of stuff do you want to take up to this area, though? Do you want to have, like, some storage, for instance? Like crew storage? Like one of... not one of
okay,
those.
I've done a lot of tinkering with docking and, like, thinking about spaceports.
Okay.
And the stage I got to was like, wow, if I planned a spaceport, space station, that would really be something. Because I've got some of the most hideous things in the world clamped to each other going around Kerbin.
Yeah?
So I don't know. My theory was always just keep slapping docking ports on. You can do whatever you want. As long as you're not trying to then fly this ship somewhere. Because that can get wonky. And wobbly and terrible.
Yeah, well, we definitely need, once we're done, we're going to need to put RCS on
If you
here.
just poop that thing out into space while you're in orbit, well, it'll be in orbit, right?
Yeah, but we want to hook other stuff to it.
I know, I'm just thinking, like, hey, listen, I told you,
Yes,
this
yes.
is...
I'm sorry, you're correct about what you just said.
Joe learns this crazy new way of doing things. So, I mean, that's as good a start, whatever, sure.
Is that what you want?
Again, I just have big dreams, but it's just a matter of, if you got docking ports, you can just bring whatever you want up, right? I have dreams of bringing an empty big orange fuel tank,
Okay.
a converter, and then a deployable ore miner that can go down to the moon and back up.
Okay.
That's not here yet. I believe we have to do some work before we get there. You're in mirror mode.
Now, I don't know how to see the
Center of mass of just
the center of mass of this part.
How about our good friend Dr. Gonzo mentioned the upper left button? Ka-chunk, yeah.
This?
Yes. Advanced mode. On the left, is that just an... No. What did he mention? He mentioned something to us about sub-assemblies.
Sub-assemblies?
Yeah.
You want to just drag this over there?
Is that how we do that?
I don't know.
Hit the plus button would be my guess.
Nope, that wasn't right.
It's gone. Hooray!
Back up. There it is. We got it back. All right.
So what do you want to name it? And what do you want the icon to be?
This seems good to me.
Yes.
It's got like little... What's wrong with that?
I don't know. It's just I don't know. It did seem good to you.
Is that how that works?
So I guess lose it again and then click that.
Oh,
button.
sub-assembly drop zone. There it is. Dumb connector. Okay.
Hey, look at that. There it is.
Now I guess what, we just go new?
Yeah. I can guess where the center of mass for this thing is, but for yes, for test purposes, it will be nice to know where the center of mass is in the future. How about that? It's in the center.
All right, and we're getting rid of that. Just get that out of the way, and we're gonna throw him on here like that.
Woo!
Let's try closing the door. That's not my favorite thing, but especially the bottom. And that, yes, that will change our center of mass.
Not so much.
Not a ton, but we still want to be.
It's the most accurate I've ever seen you be with anything ever.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Usually you're just like, it's fine. Save this ship as empty, like this. I keep loading it and having to take something out of it, and it's just a little silly.
We definitely wouldn't want to do any silly stuff, Joe.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned maybe using this more than once.
I have used it more than once. It's pretty great. Are you ready to see this work of amazingness in action?
I think I am. I think
Okay.
I'm ready. Walk me through how this works.
I do want everybody to so I'm gonna let's talk about this. This is a 100% liquid fuel SSTO. So here we have the Rapier engines, which are just beasts in the atmosphere. These will convert over into rocket engines if you have oxidizer, and you can just go to orbit with these. However, they're super inefficient.
Yeah.
And when I was thinking about efficiency, I was like, you know what's efficient and also only uses liquid fuel is these guys. And because I have not upgraded the hangar to have action groups, it was important that I be able to switch off the Rapiers and onto these. And when you run out of oxygen, the Rapiers just switch themselves off, and then these guys are operating.
Right.
So we go up with just the Rapiers to start with. When they reach about their maximum speed, we kick in these guys. They push us out into orbit, and we're golden. Now they go a little bit slow because they're the nuclear engines,
You got two
but
of
they
them,
do get us there.
It feels like there's not going to be a fail here, which is weird to me.
I'm like bracing myself because I've gotten this to orbit like 5 times. It's so satisfying to me because it's one of the best things I've ever designed in this program. I realize that for many of our listeners, it's like not a big deal at all, but I'm getting nerves here just because of like I know that I could screw this up. Anyway, it's a pretty shallow ascent profile. You could go a little higher than we're going currently.
Yeah, the gear you can do because that's
Oh, let's take up our landing gear. That's a pretty important thing. I'm so excited about this, and I'm very nervous now.
There's a lot of whatever that white is.
Oh, that's gonna turn red in a little bit.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You don't want to go like slower, or?
No, we don't. We have to get into orbit.
Right.
We gotta push out our apoapsis, and we're doing that now. So we're gonna hopefully we should get up to around 1400 on the speed, and that's when these engines are gonna max out, and then we'll kick in the nuclear engines.
It's just a flaming hawk. Now you're getting scary things.
We're fine.
Okay.
Probably. Why does that happen to me this time? We're still fine, but that's irritating.
Sure.
That never happened before. It happened on re-entry, but I was facing backwards. And I thought, that makes sense that they would have overheated on re-entry. Now you can see our speed is slowing down, so we're going to kick in our nukes now.
Good chunk.
They have some gimbal, and so do these guys, so we haven't lost too much steering with losing these control surfaces.
That's pretty where we're takeoff, but at this point, yeah, the rockets are doing the
I think I
steering.
might not have had a steep enough ascent profile? Why?
Because you
Okay,
have no
well.
control surfaces. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Again, I just take your time getting up into the out of the air, and then punch it would be my flight profile.
If you get up out of the air, you're not using these anymore.
Yeah.
These guys are going to give us a bunch of speed to start with. That's the whole point of them.
I thought the point was to not blow up your ship, but all right.
If the ship doesn't blow up, but it also doesn't end up in orbit, then we have failed.
You're still gaining speed. Well, I don't know. This is clearly your area of expertise.
One of the things that I found interesting was I was experimenting with various designs, And the thing I noticed was you could cut your engines out completely, and if you were still in Atmo, the fact that you had wings would keep pushing out your apoapsis.
What are the two bumps up near the...
These are hypersonic intakes. They give us air for our engines. Another reason we want to be going as fast as possible.
How about on top?
Oh, these guys are atmospheric sensors. Why is this going to give me problems when I'm doing it for you?
Because that's how it works. Landing gear's up.
No, it isn't.
Landing gear's not up.
That's why. That makes sense now. The mistake with the landing gear actually is not that big of a deal this time around anyway, because this thing, every time I've gotten it into orbit, and it has been many times, Joe, has had like over half of its fuel remaining.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good stuff.
And I would not let this happen.
What blew up there?
A lot of things. There was things that were sticking out your tail fins.
My tail fins are fine though.
Not those. There were things that were like right in the exhaust of the Rapier engines, and that they're not there anymore.
Okay. Our apoapsis is at 70.
Mm-hmm.
And we're just gonna keep burning because we got to get periapsis out.
Yes. You don't want to wait. You don't do the thing where you wait and then...
The apoapsis is still going down.
I
don't want to
Usually
wait.
you wait until we're closer to the apoapsis.
I've done this several times. I don't want to. I will burn down, like out of prograde. Now we haven't planned our rendezvous with the space station.
We don't have the space station yet.
No, we have a space station we're hooking this stuff up to.
Oh, I thought this was piece one.
This is for no, this is to sort of get the pieces that we have to be able to accept other pieces.
What do we have?
Well, I'll show you on the tracking station once we get into orbit. I'm actually going to go ahead and time warp here.
Ah, yes. Albert's figured out how to...
It's excellent.
how to warp the physics.
Alternate and carrots, or whatever they are.
Greater than, less than? Carrots go up and down.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Albert can now speed things up in even more dangerous ways.
We're about to push our periapsis out.
And we're in orbit.
Bonk. There we go. A little bit of a wonky orbit, but that's fine. And now let's go back to the tracking station. Is it this?
Untitled spacecraft.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
So you're going to have to do the rendezvous with the plane.
Yeah, so this is what we want to... Wait, is this the one? Yeah.
Is it?
So we had docked these two together.
Yes.
We're going to break them apart, get the rendezvous close, and then pop our little guy out, break these guys apart, stick our little guy in between here.
Gotcha.
Yeah. This guy is not going to be good for maneuvering. I think this one's a little bit more balanced. This does have those ore tanks, by the way, which you were talking about wanting to...
Yeah, by the moon.
Well, we've got giant engines here with fuel. We could just transfer...
Do we have a converter?
What now?
Do we have a converter?
Not yet, but we can hook it on.
Yes, we can, because we can dock and make a space station.
Yeah, now the center of gravity on this thing is going to start to get weird as we go out that way.
Yes, that's what I said. The wonkier you get, the weirder the thing is you're trying to fly.
We're going to... See, first of all, we're going to target that. We're going to lock to prograde. And we're going to push out our orbit a little bit. So they'll catch up with us. Because they are on the opposite side of Kerbal right now.
Oh, sorry. You still can't warp as fast as you want to.
I can't. I could go back to the tracking station and do it there.
I think that's overkill. Didn't you see what Albert needs to do to make it intersect?
I'm just going to get close and start burning retrograde to target.
All right. This is it. This is your intersect. I don't know what you're doing.
I was going to wait for it to be like right underneath of us.
You don't want to wait till it's right underneath you because then you have time to. Blah, 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 blah. See, your intersect is way back there. Doesn't matter. At this point, you're right. You can just become one with the target and then move towards the target.
Yep. Uh-oh.
That's fine.
Is it?
Why? Why are you uh-ohing?
You said it was fine.
Why are you uh-ohing?
It doesn't seem fine.
What do you do? Oh, no! I didn't realize what problem you were uh-ohing. Yeah, we're inside the atmosphere. Where's our periapsis?
How is our periapsis so low?
Because you're burning a weird... How do you convolute this so much? I don't understand. You couldn't wait for it to do 3 passes so that the turns would come together. You had to start messing around with it.
Okay, well, so this is how this thing lands.
Jesus Christ.
You want to, like, if you can, you want to, like, get, like, a flip like this going? So that it distributes the heat around? Because otherwise you're going to...
I wonder if thermal panels would help. I always wonder this. Now I'm really wondering it because this is freaking chaos.
No, this is actually a strategy.
I know, I understand that this is a strategy. It's still insane. Alright, now Kerbals. How about you both to pretend like you're fighting for control of your ship? That'll give us a profile that will make it not hot. Yes, sir. I think you're okay. You're out of scary times. You're
oh, I know we are. I'm going to stop warping, though. That was a problem for me at one point.
What are the atmosphere reading things that you put on?
Where?
The 2 bumps at the top.
This?
What?
I don't know what you're talking about.
On the plane. You
oh, they're just more science?
Oh. Maybe replace those with solar panels. Also, what is in your fuselages? Fuel?
Yeah.
Roger. Alright. Your engine's still going.
That's fine.
We're
We're gonna put down our landing gear now.
I don't know which way's up. Oh, that way is. Hopefully when they go full deploy, it'll slow us down enough. That's the plan, yeah?
Yep.
Your speed is to orbit too, by the way. It's not the speed you need to worry about. 14. Is that gonna do it?
Yeah, that's fine. The ship might sustain a little bit of damage, but... I could also slow it down some like this.
I think you should send footage of this to SpaceX. Be like, you know how you should land your things? Is like this.
Good enough! We could take back off if we wanted to. Still got the rapier. Still got like half a tank of fuel.
Oh god. Oh god.
Successful, other than the fact that we didn't accomplish our mission landing.
We're still moving too. Oh.
So what did we learn this time around, Joe?
I don't know. I don't know how your brain works.
I got a... What are you talking about?
I try and teach you things.
I'm trying to teach you things.
I know. Okay, I've learned
Look
a
at
lot
how
about
cool
space.
that spaceplane was.
I learned a lot about space planes. I agree with that. But we've rendezvoused 1 billion times, and every time it's different.
We are gaining speed.
We are losing height, though.
How am I so bad at this when you're on the call?
I don't know. It's just you forget your fundamentals. It's so weird.
What? There was no fundamentals, though. This was just a great plane that went... It was such a joy to fly. Every time I would launch it, I'd be like, this is so... Like, I feel so satisfied in how this is going. And I get on the call with you, and it's like, this is like I just can't do it. I can't get it up there, Joe. I don't know what to tell you, Joe. What do you want me to? What would you like me to do that would make it not go down? Angle more up?
Thrust up more, I guess. You're still in some atmo.
At this point, I have been like much higher at apoapsis. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, unless this little space station we've made is just a lot more heavy than the stuff I've taken to orbit
added
before.
Some batteries. I mean, you have added weight. You took some weight off.
That doesn't seem to be helping. This doesn't seem to be helping with our time to apoapsis at all.
Yeah. How did you do this the first time?
Easily.
I don't understand.
I can't put out a video where we just fail at the space plane over and over again.
How heavy are those batteries?
Pretty heavy, I guess. I don't know. Let's look at how heavy the batteries are. That's an excellent question.
That heavy?
They're half a ton.
No, they're not half a ton.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. That's correct. Well, what else did we add? We added
we changed the payload.
These guys. These are, yeah. I mean, what in here is gonna weigh so much?
I have no idea. Those command modules, maybe? What did you have in there before?
It was like a bunch of batteries and some bunch of xenon tanks.
Look at the 2-person docking thing.
That's a 110.
As opposed to, we have no idea what the other thing weighed. So this is just.
Well, the xenon tanks were. Where are they at here? It was a little one. So slightly lighter.
Well, we added the batteries. We also lost the tail fins when we.
We don't need those.
Oh, apparently not.
So we've lost the tail. We've lost.
That's it.
That was it. Okay.
We read some numbers off, but no one really added them together to see if it was heavier or lighter.
We are taking off here, so that's good. And get rid of our landing gear. See, these guys are going to blow up.
Great, good.
Maybe we don't need them. Maybe we do. No. Everything blew up.
How's this? All right. We got this. This is a much better ascent. I mean, at this point, though, you're just firing a rocket. I guess you could.
I want a space plane.
This is a rocket.
This
with
is
wings
not a
that you
rocket.
then
No,
parachute
the
back
wings
down.
add to the push out the periapsis along with the engines. It is not a rocket.
Okay.
You could not get to space shooting this straight up in the air. No, we can't get to space with it. This far. You did it. Crap. No. They could have like launched into orbit because the gravity there is pathetic. But this happens. Not on Gilly. Just. Where do you want this to be at?
I don't know. When I design a plane, the thrust has to be a little bit behind the center of mass. Otherwise, you'd lawn dart.
You want to put you want to do that?
I don't know, Albert. I don't understand what happened.
Here we go. It looks so big and like hunched up. It looks like a weird seagull.
I don't know what.
Also, we're like intersecting with the tail
I
fins.
saw that as well. We don't have a tail fin. Oh yeah, we have a tail fin.
We do actually, yeah.
Are we going like up? See?
That's not helpful at all.
You're making me. I thought you had like read up on how to design planes and know what I was talking about.
It's just so weird to me that I feel like this worked for me really well, and now it's like, oh, you've forgotten how to do it ever.
Yes. I also find that weird. But it happens so often.
Periapsis is going
so
out.
Old man payload the entire time.
Gravity?
Old man gravity, yes.
And he would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
So what have we learned?
Nothing.
You can't just slap whatever we want to onto a plane and have it go into orbit.
You know, like, going to space is hard.
It's just amazing. So I was like, well, what else could we add here? They're like, whatever we want. My space plane's great. That was the
It was great.
Of doom, because it was just this freakishly, barely weighted, perfectly balanced space plane.
You want to do the outro today, Joe?
Thanks for watching, all. Sometimes we just don't get it right. Did the game just crash?
Yeah.
Awesome. Mods make games crash sometimes.
Possibly.
If you like what you see, definitely check out the other videos on our YouTube channel. We've got a lot of great series. The GTA one especially has been tickling my fancy. If you really love what you see and want to support us, go to Patreon. Links down below.
Patreon.com/HumanEchoes.
Popping up on the screen here in a bit with a bumper. And you can start supporting us for as little as $2 a month. It really helps, and you get cool stuff. Access to the bonus podcast, and as you go up in tiers, you get pins and t-shirts and things.
You go up in tears, and we go up in flames.
Goodbye.
Bye.